Hey everyone, welcome back to 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play series on the internet. This is episode 10 of our Mothership campaign running through the Gradient Descent module. My name is John, I am your warden for the evening, and going around the horn tonight we have...
Hello, I'm Mike and I'm playing Rick Sharp, the ex-Marine, now Teamster.
Hi, I'm David and I'm playing David, the android.
Hi, everybody. I'm Matt. I play Thulsadu, the scientist extraordinaire with the current high score. Thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ted, and I'm playing Delphonse Hubble, the Marine.
Great. Okay, so first off, we're gonna try a new thing here to try to going forward to try to keep the crosstalk and stuff like that a little bit lower. We're going to be using caller system from old school D&D. See how that works. So we're just going to kind of rotate it around. Ted has nominated himself to give it a whirl first off. So Ted, you're the caller tonight. So I will be calling on you for decisive action.
I can do that.
Cool. Date and time. Date and time. Date and time is January 2nd, 2125. It is 2:10 p.m. in the deep. And as always, we start with a lovely fat bench check. Let's do it. D100 roll. You're really trying to hit the score or over.
I got a 93. And I rolled a 99. Do I get some kind of benefit from that, John?
No.
Oh.
No.
I rolled a 0-3 for my Ben score of 23.
You suck. I didn't. I rolled a 57 over 27.
Okay.
Skating by.
All right. Okay. So, Sharp fails it. Let me write that.
Yeah. I mean,
How you doing? How you doing there, Sharpie?
Just fine, man. Living life.
This is
love, laugh.
You missed a couple episodes, so
Every time. Okay. Just writing things down here. Don't worry about it.
don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's all good.
So
Some of your favorite things
this
about
time
Mike.
my Ben score goes down, right? Like it was so high before. Now
Very nice. Your Ben score stays the same. You don't. Nothing really changes that you can account for right now. If I can get stress counts from everybody, please.
I am currently at 8 of my normal minimum of 3.
I'm at 17 of 3.
Ooh,
17
ouch.
of 20.
I'm
20 is the maximum,
I'm at
guys.
11. Yeah.
Okay.
And Delphonse is at a solid, evenly divided 4.
Excellent. Okay. So David is for like the 6th or 7th session in a row in big trouble. Okay. So, all right. So the crew currently is in a pretty interesting locale. They are in the loading dock.
Yeah,
On
baby.
engineering and support, level 6, on the lowest level of the deep currently. They are in the void of space, so there's zero G, no atmosphere, and they are all wearing their vac suits, silently moving. Yes, Mike.
I'm sorry. I was not here and I did not have a vac suit, but you guys have procured one for me, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, you are
Because
so dead. I'm
you
so
have a
sorry,
vaccine.
Mike.
I'm just holding my breath.
So everyone has vac suits and they're communicating via comms and their helmets, and otherwise slowly drifting and bouncing around through the loading dock. Prior to that, in the control room, you had brought the cargo lift up, which is a gigantic, massive, like receiving lift. Like you could put like a whole shipping crates on that lift and move it up and down. And you had also unclamped the auto tug craft, a class 0 vehicle, which is also sitting on top of the dock. There are numerous rectangular, very large metal shipping crates that are strapped to the deck currently. And you have assessed at the end of last session basically what other exits there are. So there's the airlock door that you came through, which is where you got your vac suits. There is the cargo lift, which is huge, massive. And then there are 3 regular bulkhead doors. Let's see. So yeah. And of course there's the exit to space, a massive exit to space. The One thing that you notice immediately as we kind of pick up where we left off is that the 6 crates, which are sort of dotted, I'd say like maybe there's one that actually has like one on top of it, and then there's a few more that are sort of dotted around the loading dock. Remember, you're in the void of space, but what you can see, you don't hear anything, but what you can see is that the sides of those long rectangular boxes are actually moving in certain places.
Like
I don't like
bulging
that.
out, or
as if something from inside is hammering rapidly on the inside walls.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Remember, it's all
Yeah,
silent
can
too,
you-
which makes it even more creepy.
Yeah, we can't hear it.
If we put our helmet up against the side of the bulkhead, that sound would transmit through to our heads, right?
yep.
If what?
Please be my guest. I do not want to do that. That sounds horrifying.
Or I'll back you up while you do it, fellow
Okay.
Marine.
I'll do that.
What are you doing?
If you put your helmet up against it, you should be able to get the sound vibrations will travel through your helmet. So you'll be able to hear whatever's inside.
Okay, well you hear banging, metal banging.
Okay.
In
You don't hear any screaming or insect like buzzing or
no.
We
Right.
did have a lot of scratch marks we spotted last session, correct?
So here's a
on
question.
on the
then.
inside of the door. Yeah.
Do these shipping containers have any kind of like computer terminal attached to them, which would like indicate what's inside
Nope.
or any status of like the thing? All right.
is there
They're
a,
monsters, Sharp. They're
What's
monsters
open
inside.
is, John,
John,
is there a shipping manifest hanging by a door or anywhere around the room, like a
No.
console or something? No.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to knock Morse code back on the other side of the door. Why would I know Morse code? Presumably I would as an Android. If not, I could just do SS. Hi, or, something like that, like hello.
On the side of the shipping crate?
Yeah, back at them.
Hello, is it me you're searching for?
More banging.
But no discernible like change in the rhythm. Okay, cool.
John, can you clarify for me? Is it does this seem to be happening on all of the shipping containers,
Yes.
or did you say just a few
All
of
6
them? All of them. Okay. All right. I do not recommend that we mess with those things because they went out. I don't want them out. Whatever they are, I don't like it.
They
One
have
more
the typical
question.
like modern day latch system for opening up at one end of the, like the big double
Right.
doors on the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just open, yeah.
Well, that sort of answers my question. I was wondering if these appear to be like airtight, rated for atmosphere, or if they are probably a vacuum inside.
You're tough to tell. There's no indication.
I'm
They
concerned
don't
there
look
are
like they're built. They just look like a shipping container, right?
Pretty much,
Like,
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
I want to
I'm
open one.
worried this is like a trap. I do too. I'm worried there are synthetics that have been trapped in here, either because they're being trafficked elsewhere or some sort of thing. Would be my first
That's what I think. I think you're right, David. So if we think that Monarch's this is what I think, is that Monarch's big ploy is to get some of these super hyper realistic androids off the station. This is probably where they'd be going from, right? Like this is probably the main ship.
Yeah, but I don't think they'd be banging in desperation if they were Cylons being sent out for a.
And if
for
they
a
were
hostile
cool
mission.
with it.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I hear you, Mike, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's someone who's been trapped in here.
I still want
We're
to
gonna find a few of you.
Okay.
I would open one.
What if they were androids that had been stuck in here for shipment before the shutdown, and they've literally just been in here for ages?
Why
would be
don't we
pretty
find
horrible.
out? Let's find
Does
out.
Well,
does the room have like gantries or like?
Oh my God,
lifts
please
or
let
things?
Matt talk. His head is going to explode.
No.
It is. Good.
Okay, fine, Matt.
No, go.
Does the room have cranes or gantries or other systems to move crates?
Only the auto tug craft.
Only auto tug. Okay.
All right. Speaking of the auto tug craft, thank you, John. That's what I wanted to secure and find out first, because before we start messing with these crates, let's have an exit strategy, something that we can put between us, and just in case something horrible spills out, that we can get in and zoop off if necessary. I'd like to see if that tug is working, if we can access it. I know it's not clamped down, but can we get in? Is it operational? Does it have fuel? Let's check it out.
Yeah. So the craft is you can tell, Thulsa, with your expertise that it is definitely functional. It is not it's not like a moon base, like a NASA moon crawler thing, like where like you sit exposed to space and drive around, right? Like there's an interior. So it's a class 0, so it's about the size. It's a little bit smaller than like a drop ship or like an what do you call it? The APC, APC thing. It's smaller than that, but very utilitarian. It seats 8. And let's see, what did I have here? It can travel for 1 week. And it has, O2 supply in there and all that kind of good stuff, but it's not, it is a work vehicle. Right. Yeah. So there's very little like amenities or things like that. You know what I mean? There's no like like first aid kit or anything like that. No supplies or anything like that. But what it does is it literally is like a tug. So you're not gonna. It's not there's no forklift on the front or anything like that. You're pulling all the time, right? Yeah. And it has large, or it could be pushed as well. So it has like, I don't know what it'd be made of, but some sort of material that allows it to have like really big bumpers on either end that can gently push something, or and then like a long towed line that can be like a heavy corded steel line that can be attached, actually probably multiple, that could be attached to anything large, like a shipping crate.
Quick question about our vac suits before we get into the action. I'm sorry if we established this. Zero G environment, are there like mag boots that are engaged or disengaged in these vac suits to have us stabilized, or are we just always floating? Because we're in zero G right now.
No.
Yeah, yes, I don't think there's mag boots. Yeah.
It's open to the vacuum of space, right? We didn't
close.
Doesn't
mean it's zero G.
It is, yeah.
It means
you're bouncing around.
It is zero G.
It is.
We are in zero G. Oh.
Yes. So if there's no mechanism on vac suits to like do a hull crawl that we know of? I didn't see any, but
I don't believe.
No, mag boots are a separate equipment item, I think.
Okay, that's just good to know because it changes how we're moving around this space and how anyone who might let go would. So I just wanted to ask before we got into.
No, it's really smart. I'm wondering, John, is there like a tether system by like the door? Like you go outside and you might latch like a carabiner on like a long tether so that you don't float away. Is there anything like that?
Only if you guys have them.
Okay, not included in the actual like space.
No,
not space, but probably connections for them if you have them.
Yeah, there's plenty of places to hook something onto. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, bottom line is we're kind of slow and floating as we move around this space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So we're probably.
I have an idea for the shipping containers if we wanted to open one. So Matt has the paracord, correct?
I do have some paracord.
If those things are kind of like a semi-truck shipping container, the levers like pull up like this.
Yep.
So we could tie the paracord around it and then go way off to one side and heave it open. And then if we really wanted to get slick, we would have another length of paracord going from there to the tug so that if something horrible comes out, we can just quickly pull ourselves along that tether line to the tug and make an escape.
Why don't you just pull you're going to have to anchor yourself if you're going to pull something because you're in zero G, right? Why don't you anchor yourself to the tug,
right,
and pull from there to open?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just didn't. I guess in my head I was picturing like the thing here and then the tug here, but you got to pull from down here. Like I was just thinking you have to make like a triangle of paracord basically.
So
you don't have to think that much about it. If you guys have the means between the tug for the tugboat to open any of those containers. So if you want to open a container, just tell me you're using the tugboat to do so.
I would like to do that. Speaking as someone who opened a locker because he could not resist finding out what was inside the closed locker and got a grenade in the face, I don't think we should open the containers.
That was your last guy, by the way. This guy doesn't know that, so you should.
It doesn't matter. I know it. And I don't think we should open them. At least not in the dock. Maybe haul one out into space and then open it or something like that.
Yeah, but I don't want to. That's the thing is, not only that, but if they are innocents, the fact that they're banging could mean they're monsters. But if they're innocents and we drag them out to space and then space them, we've just taken a bunch of prisoners and Shot 'em in
mean,
the face.
you did a Morse code knock on the side. They don't have to know Morse code to respond with, shaving a haircut 6 bits. And if they just keep banging, they're not.
Well, they could be a bunch of children from Eden, for instance.
We'd have heard screaming or crying.
Yep.
And
All right.
I mean, they're not even airtight. They're like vacuum. It's some sort of horrible vacuum monster. We're all going to die.
I have a question and a suggestion for the container. My question, John, I don't remember you describing in this big loading dock if there are any more containers or lockers or storage areas, other places where stuff might be, just like tools, handy, useful things, extra oxygen tanks. Is there other stuff, or is it?
What do you want?
I would love to have more oxygen tanks just on hand. Those are always good. I'm looking for like usable material. So if there are like storage lockers or basically like the lockers that were on the other side of the airlock, if there's anything on this side that's more of a humanish scale for use.
There's no O2, but are you looking for specific tools?
The only specific tool things that I'm looking for are like power, like small batteries. To run like like your rechargeable drill or something like that.
Nothing like that.
Okay.
There's a bunch of crap around, but there's nothing detailed.
All right.
Okay.
So if you guys want to open one of these, we should decide we are doing it or not doing it.
I would like to.
Okay.
And,
David?
And here's why. I'll just be real brief.
Okay.
We're here to loot stuff. Just if there's loot in this area, it's in those containers, and also we don't know what's in there. But I think Ted's right. I think that there's vacuum in there, and so people banging on there are not organic in the first place.
There would an easy way to test and see if there is a vacuum inside there is, we have our little assorted tool kits. There's got to be like a little drill or something. We could drill a tiny hole and see if atmosphere starts rushing out.
It's fine. You can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Is there one container, John, that is closer to the space dock entrance, or are they all kind of neatly lined up?
They're kind of scattered around, so if you want one to be there, that's fine.
Look at one that's. Well, my thinking is closer to the entrance means it's easier to push something out, but it might also mean we're easier to fall out. So maybe that's a bad line of thought. But I like the Atmo idea. I don't think we're going to find anything in there. We could shoot a hole in it too, just bang, and no problem.
You might shoot somebody inside. It's fine either way to make a hole. I think the other thing that we can do to be cautious with this, we can hook the trailer up to the tug, and then if we open it and it's bad, we can drag it out into space.
Sure. I have one more thought. A loading dock like this that we know has certain things held down would probably have netting to hold crates and stuff. And we could just take netting from some crates and fix it, to the front of the thing before we open it, so that if anything does come out, it would hit the netting first.
That's smart.
But we should take a vote and just do something, so we're not like
That's what we're doing. I think we've all voted we're opening it.
Okay.
So let's hook it up to a tug. So Matt maybe should get the tug in running order. We hook it up to the tug. We try the drill trick that will either enrage whatever's in there and it'll come bursting out, or we'll find atmosphere, or we'll find nothing. And then, John, if there's netting or any other kind of cargo securing tarps or something we could put around the front to mitigate something bursting out for even a moment, that'd be good. And then we can open it and see what's in there.
Okay, so
I like this plan.
Are you pulling the tug out into space?
I think the idea is that the tug is ready to go at a moment's notice and haul the crate or the container full of evil out into space,
if necessary. But if you're opening it right here, right?
That seems to be the idea. Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right. So how are you doing the hole?
If we've got a drill with our toolkit, or we can find a drill, or even like a punch and a hammer, we could do that. Otherwise, I'll just shoot a hole in it. I can do it along the long side, right into a corner where it's not likely to hit someone.
I have assorted tools, so I would assume there'd be a small like drill in there.
You have a drill. Do you want to use the drill or do you want to use a gun?
I'd prefer
Let's
drill.
use a drill.
Yeah.
Let's use a drill.
Okay. Okay. So you silent, of course, but takes a while. A lot of pressure. It's a very thick steel. The little curly cues sort of like roll off into space and float away.
That's cool.
And you're expecting some sort of jet of depressurization or something like that, but nothing happens. While you're doing it, though, also if you're the one that's actually doing the drill and you're like, and you're using all your strength to sort of push in, you're constantly sort of being rocked back by the banging against the side. It's very sort of disconcerting. But yeah.
Oh, so it's coming like it's responding to my drilling.
It's all
like
along
going
the
over
side.
there.
Yeah, the entire length of the thing.
Okay.
And it's not responding. It's just continuing to hammer.
The funniest part about doing this drilling in 0G is that Matt forgot to brace his feet and he pulled the trigger and he started to spin and I had to hold it.
Yeah, that's probably true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see me.
Okay, so no atmosphere inside.
No atmosphere inside. You can.
Now we gotta get the
I
tug.
think it's reasonable that there would be netting, some sort of like rubber, like mesh, basically thing that can be draped over.
So you're like carabiners or nails or something to the lift points on the container to cover that front.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Do you want to make it taut, or do you want to give it some give so that the doors
have give so we can actually open the door?
Okay. And then you hook up the tug. Also, it's a very rudimentary craft, so it takes. I wouldn't even say. I don't think that it requires a pilot skill at all to operate normally. Under stress, though, the pilot skill would definitely come in handy. I would say, like, if at any time you're operating the tug craft and it's under duress or stress or unseemly conditions, anyone who doesn't have the pilot skill will be rolling a related stat at disadvantage. Understand?
I mean, what are the odds of something stressful to happen?
Just letting you know.
Sure.
But operating it normally,
have piloting? I don't think they do.
It's nowhere near as complex as like the cockpit that you saw, like Lucky Takahashi at the dashwood or anything like that, right? So it's pretty easy. It's like a golf cart versus a car.
I guess. Can I ask one question about like what I think would happen in a tugboat like this? From the inside, can you like manually like disconnect whatever you're pulling?
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like,
that's the most complex
sure.
part of the tugboat is actually all the hauling controls, right? So, but it's pretty easy. So you get that thing hooked up. You got your netting across, and then what do you do?
So
I'm gonna go in. I'll be in the thing.
Who else is going to be in the tug?
I was going to be out pulling the rope to open it or whatever.
Yeah, because some of us are going to have to actually open the doors. So I'm going to vote me and Mike open the doors.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go in the tug with Matt.
You guys go in the tug.
Help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, it's nice. There's a
Thulsa and
seat for
David,
you
are
right here.
you taking your helmets off? There is O2 in the tug.
No, I'll leave it on for this potentially stressful situation.
Okay, I'm gonna say that the setup for this whole thing takes 20 minutes, 2 turns, just because of all the different variables.
What could happen in 20 minutes?
And don't mind me.
Oh, we mind.
No big whoop. No big whoop at all. Okay. And then Sharp and Hubble, the 2 Marines, yank the cord to open the front door, correct?
Yep.
And I was imagining, Mike, tell me since we're on the deck, we can kind of like if the doors open like this, right? We should be on either side. We can reach around or tie up the cords and kind of pull in like that so that whoever comes out, we're behind the doors.
Sure.
Something comes out, it hits the net. It can't see beyond the doors, and we can just, book it back this way. Well, book it. We're in 0G. We're going to do our best. But
John, can I actually position myself on the ceiling looking down?
Yeah, if you want.
I'll
That's
do
a
that.
good idea. We could go up and just pull the ropes up, and the door will burst open.
Yep.
I like it.
And do you guys have a way to get to the tug if you need to?
Sheer.
So the plan is that if there's a problem, you go out into space, and we stay here until you come back.
I have a plus
Okay,
20.
so I'm
in that
waiting for your
aspect.
signal, right?
Okay, so do you guys, does anyone in the party have a 0G skill?
Hell no.
Sharp, you
That
do?
guy died.
Yeah. Remember, people are listening. Sometimes they don't watch. So Sharp.
I do.
You do. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So Sharp, Hubble, you basically follow Sharp's lead to get your ass up to the ceiling because Sharp knows what he's doing.
Oh, good.
And then you 1, 2, 3, go, and you open up the door. It's horrific. When the doors,
I told you it'd be horrific.
when the doors open, a multitude of androids of all shapes and sizes burst forth in mass, covering the entire opening from ceiling to top, all in 0G, and they plunge forward pell-mell, like crawling over each other, and they just hit that netting, and all of their limbs, like their hands, like reach through the netting, trying to claw themselves out. And they're a lot of them are getting compressed, like their faces are getting smushed against the netting as like the other ones just keep piling up behind them, right? And just the weight and mass of them as they kind of push forward until, because of the 0G, it's just like this cluster of, you probably say about 50 or so, like 4 dozen or so androids are all just smushed up against the and just causing the rubber netting to sort of bulge outwards like a grotesque sack towards the back end of the tugboat. And it's just like a writhing mass of humanity that's just attempting to break free and through. And their faces are twisted in horror and suffering.
So I will report this over comms to the tug that the container is full of desperate, crazed androids.
Tulsa and David, you do have viewports that can,
Yeah.
I mean, not viewports. You have screens that show you like the rear view mirror. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. They're desperate. Okay. They're desperate. We should free them.
I think we
John,
did.
Are they humanoid, or are there any like knife hand ones in there and shit like that?
No, they're all humanoid.
This is a bunch of people who are panicking like they're getting squeezed at a concert.
I should say, I take back what I said about all shapes and sizes. They're all very uniform, but they're not the faceless security androids, but they are uniform in that manner, in that they all seem to be the same model. So they look basically human, like they look more human than synthetic androids, but they're all like hairless. Right, there's no gender at all, and they're all just sort of uniformly pale.
There's no clothing or markings on them.
They're wearing like very basic, what do you call it, like scrubs almost.
Yeah,
and no markings on them.
There's I mean, it's tough to tell. I mean,
Are they in any appearance gasping? Like, are they really do appear to be able to survive in zero atmosphere? Like they're not like turning purple or something.
Does that mean I can?
You don't know. You want to try?
I haven't tried.
Wouldn't
I know if I could? I mean, let's be honest. Wouldn't I know the capacity of my own engineering on something as specific as can I breathe?
You need to breathe.
Okay, I have to breathe. Okay, so I think we should free them.
Can I make a?
Yeah.
Well, you guys can come back if you want, but I was going to say, Mike, if you want to go down and cut the net or whatever, I could cover you from here with a weapon.
If they're unfriendly, just keep in mind, and this is Tulsa saying this too, if we let those things out and they are not friendly, they are aggressive to us, we can say goodbye to this whole floor. We can't handle all of these things that are going to be everywhere.
So the weight right now of all the 50 of them, and all 4 of you can see this, 2 of you in the tug through the cameras, the other 2 from up top, that the netting is pushing outward and outward and outward, and you know how like rubber, whenever it stretches, it sort of grows pale.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Is it thins?
Yeah.
You're starting to see that, like it looks like it's not going to hold for much longer.
I don't
John,
know.
I'm gonna kick off the ceiling and go down to one of the tether points of the net. And do I have maybe? I don't know what the release is. I assume when we strung it up, we had some way to release it if we wanted to.
Yeah,
sure.
Or release it. I figured it'd be like carabiners or, just metal hooks like in the catch points on the container.
I'm going to release one side of the net, John, and then that would probably spare the net and then send them flying. I don't know. Some of them are going to end up in outer space probably, but I'll go down and do that.
Okay, so you have to get pretty close to the androids to get to that release point, because it's all it's like a big ball of androids basically when you're right at your point at the point where it connects to the crate. So I need you to make me a what are the 4 stats again? Combat,
Strength,
speed.
speed, intellect, and combat.
Okay, make me a speed check. Modify it with 0G.
Okay.
And I'll give you advantage because you're aware of the danger.
Okay. That, just so you know, with the 0G gives me a 41. My first roll is a 61. My second roll is a 25.
Yes.
Okay, so you made it. Great. So you expertly push off, like you can line up the vector because you've got the 0G skill, right? So you're like, okay, if I and you launch yourself using your legs, unclasp the thing. One part of the net goes off, and all the androids spill like a combination of spilling out through that opening that you opened up there, and then the rest of the netting just sort of falls away as like the weight of them kind of go. As they unspool out of the crate and sort of start to dissipate into the void, and not all bunched up, they are hurling themselves out into space, like over the tugboat and just over each other. Like some of them are like actually pinioning off of each other, and like just spinning rapidly, and just as they soundlessly scream as they exit out to the void, and you just see 50 bodies just float out into space.
They look like they're doing it on purpose.
No.
Well, they look. I mean, I don't know. You don't know.
Okay.
Are they smiling as they fly off into space?
We're adding
that was horrific.
We're adding to our orc cloud, guys.
So,
John, is there an opportunity to maybe grab one as he's flying by and redirect him over towards the airlock?
not where you are, no, because they're all moving away from you.
I think we can use the tug to try to help them get back.
So, Rick and Thulsa, each of you gain 1 stress. As for some strange reason, the two of you have you have, like, all of you are sort of horrified at what you're looking at, but Sharp and Thulsa, it really doesn't sit well with you watching these, even though they're relative, like, sort of mindless. You're not really sure what to make of them. Are they mindless? They're sentient, obviously, but the question that you asked, Sharp, did they mean to do this? Did they want to do this? It all was extremely disturbing to you, and it increases your 2 guys' stress in particular.
Perfect.
John, right. While they're cascading past us, do I see any familiar faces?
No familiar faces. Good question, though.
I'm going to start up if I really feel this bad for these things, I do feel some pity. I have a brief chance. I think I'm going to start up the tug, and I'm going to try to fly out and see if I can, catch some, or like use my bumpers to kind of, bumper some back in. I mean, it sounds like it might be fairly difficult, but it seems like a rough thing. But I feel pity for them. I don't want them to go into space. It seems horrible.
Okay, it's going to be a very difficult job. They are moving at a rapid pace out into space. You have connected your line to the crate, so you have to disconnect that, and then you have to pilot it expertly in order to catch 1 or 2 of them using nothing, just sort of the body of the ship. Very difficult. So make me a intellect roll at disadvantage because you don't have piloting.
Is there any way I can assist him with my mathematics knowledge?
I don't think
so. The propulsion of
Yeah, this is pretty much.
I can't think of a
brute force sort of thing.
Yeah, I can't think of a way that you could kind of help me out the door or something. But now I'm trying to okay. Here we go. We got this. All right. So one's a 93. And the other one is an absolute 0.
Yeah, but you're doing it with disadvantage. So
the 93 is the one that counts.
Damn it. But the zeros are so cool. They all lined up in a row.
You didn't critically fail, so it's just a matter of, like, you're just like, oh, there's one, and you're trying to, like, turn the ship left, and, you end up just, bonking it, and it bonks off further into space, and you're just sort of careening through, like, a cloud, like an asteroid cloud of androids, and instead of, like, collecting them, you're sort of bumping them further and bonking them off. And they're just
Can any of them like grab on or something?
they don't try to.
Maybe.
Yeah. One actually like hits your windshield, and you just see like its horrified face as it sort of slides off of it as you
Like, no,
right
hold on. Grab it with your head. No, not that. No. Oh.
Okay, so do you turn about?
What a fiasco!
You failed, so you can't do it.
I
So.
tried. We have to try. Okay.
The question is whether they would have been better off literally still locked in the container or not.
Well, we know there's more than one like this, correct?
Yeah, there's
all 5 more, I think,
And
right there.
we have a capacity to close the loading bay doors.
Do we?
Do we though?
No.
We could go back in the control room and close the
We
doors.
had a control room.
Didn't we?
Okay.
Didn't we find a way to close or open? We did not.
I don't think we did.
You can maneuver the cargo lift to be closed or open and call it, but you.
Oh, okay.
There's
Yeah.
no mechanism
is
in the
there a
control
door?
room.
To David's point, is there a mechanism here to close the door?
Not that you saw.
To space.
Interesting.
Right.
Like space
That's
door
open all the
open
time.
close.
Okay. So,
Wait, is there like a remote, like in the garage door opener inside the
yeah.
tug?
I mean,
Is there a way, John, to move? You said the massive lift, right? Is there a way to maneuver the actual like containers onto the lift and take them to another part of the station?
With the tugboat, yeah.
yeah.
Let's do that. So that we can just take them inside the station and then open the doors.
Now, I just want to raise the flag that somebody already, I forget who already mentioned, like, we do that and the loading dock / receiving is full of androids. If they're even remotely hostile.
Sure, but David speaking, not the player, the character, like the calculation of whether they're worthy of freedom based on the convenience they provide us is one I am not ready to make.
What about?
I wouldn't have called it convenience to not be chopped into pieces.
No, I know, but I'm speaking in character. I'm seeing a bunch of people like me plummet into space to their death. You know, I'm seeing fear, not aggression. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I have a suggestion because I worry about these, but I also have memories, and there's been lots of sites that we've seen of massive battles, right? Of lots of people fighting, and we do not know. Even with this sad little thing, where these people, and we can call them people, where they are going to fall on this aggression scale, right? Are they going to be pleased at their freedom? Are they mindless monsters? Somewhere in there, we just don't know. But we do have a way. We do have ways to get more information, and we have access to that way right now. We could get into this tug. We could fly back to the bell. We can ask the people there if they know of these androids, if they know of the people who are have been stored. Obviously they want out, but they're and they're scared, but they are not obviously they've been in there for a long time. It's not like they're in peril, immediate peril.
I mean, it feels like standing outside of the gates of Dachau and going, let's go ask questions about who these people inside are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Realistically speaking, as a character, not as a player, the logic of play makes perfect sense. But realistically, as a character, I don't think you could sit outside of a prison camp and ask yourselves, well, should we go ask the foreman whether we should let him out? You know what I mean? I don't think that's a response, especially if y'all had like the really emotional response you had. I don't think that's where your mind would go.
No, I agree with David.
Well, like if I may offer a counterpoint,
sure.
As has happened in the past, with absolutely, you get people liberating a prison of war camp, some sort of thing, where people are starving and hungry and medically ill, and your impulse is to go in and feed them, and that's the worst thing you can do. Right? They're starving. You give them a bunch of MREs, and they're gonna they can kill them.
Sure.
So the analogy here is that what's best for them, we don't necessarily know what it is, and a little patience would possibly give us information on how to act responsibly, not just immediately.
No, I hear you. I think and I don't want to belabor it too much, but we know because they're so desperate to get out that if we believe in their agency and not a conditioned agency based on our safety, then allowing them to determine what they need most is the move. Right.
I also just love it for the absolute chaos that it will ensue.
Sure.
Unleash
That too.
Okay, now that's a good sell point.
madly insane androids loose on the station. Just seems like good fun to me, and I'm here for it. So let's
All
do
right.
that.
So do you want to put them back into? We got some options. We could push it up to the so that they go towards the operations center, towards the lift.
John said the lift was big enough for spaceships, so we could put all 5 things right on the lift.
Absolutely.
Take them up there to wherever. I don't know where the lift ends up.
Where it came from. Yeah.
Goes up
I
to the
assume
factory.
Yeah, I assume it's somewhere pressurized, right? And then just go open the doors there.
Makes sense to me.
A thought. Now I'm not in there. I'm trying to pilot the tug back, but you guys should look inside that empty container now.
That's smart.
And see, maybe there are some dead ones. I mean, that's a little callous, but
it's
there's
true.
like android cores are helpful. We can learn stuff from those. There's got to be something good left over inside that one.
I agree.
Sure. Let's do that, Mike.
Okay, so you guys float down and enter into the dark innards of that container after pulling off the netting, and you see nothing inside.
Okay, nothing scratched, nothing. Okay.
Well, there's lots of scratches,
and no messages, though, right? Like nobody was like, fuck Monarch or anything like that. Okay.
All 4 of you hear your comms crackle on
crap.
On a different frequency than you guys have been communicating on your private frequency.
Oh,
and a smooth, warm voice comes into your ear. It says, "Welcome, visitors, to the Cloud Bank Synthetic Production Facility. May I ask, why are you here?"
Anyone have a guess on who this possibly is?
We come to discover ourselves. May I ask who you are?
What precisely do you want aboard the Cloud Bank Synthetic Production Facility?
Money.
It ignores your question completely, David.
Money.
Oh, is it individual or is one person speaking for all of us?
Let's be considerate about what this is a very important quiz. So, do we really want to say money to the omniscient being?
I don't think we should definitely say money. I mean, I lobby for the.
David, you were just saying you wanted to act in character.
Would your character have an omniscient god that might want to kill them, that they know is always watching them? Tell that god the answer that might get them killed.
Probably.
Well, but think about it this way.
Okay.
All right, if you're Monarch and we just jack something up, right? And you're looking at us and you're like, what are you doing here? And if we say something really like, we're in a lot of debt and they told us to come here and collect stuff for them, hold on. He might just buy us off. I'm still thinking that Monarch is having these artifacts created to lure people here. And I think Monarch might actually understand our motivation then and be like, oh, if you're looking for money, I can probably work with you on that. I could be wrong.
I'm going to say, I would say salvation and just see what's responded with.
I would go. My pitch is that we're here to learn and possibly teach.
I like that one too.
I'm sticking with money.
We can all answer different things.
You're the caller, Ted. Yeah,
you're the caller, Ted.
It's an open channel. We can all respond.
All right, let's. I like that too. I think
everybody chimes in with their own personal answer.
Okay. Yeah. You are unauthorized to be on the Cloud Bank Synthetic Production Facility. You have also misused equipment belonging to Cloud Bank. I would ask you to cease doing this immediately. Please respond in the affirmative.
I don't know if I think this is Monarch, actually.
Which equipment has been improperly accessed?
The Class 0 tug vehicle.
So they're upset about the tug and not about the shipping container full of androids.
I don't think
You've
it's
also
Monarch.
destroyed
different.
CloudBank. You've also destroyed CloudBank assets.
Oh no, they did that themselves.
CloudBank ceases to exist. Unfortunately,
Did it? Is it not?
How do you ally? It's not a company that exists anymore. How do you ally yourself to the property rights of a company that's dissolved, friend?
It doesn't respond. There's silence.
Okay.
I'm going to start driving the tugboat back to its parking spot.
No.
Yes,
I have a
orbital
pitch.
defense lasers.
I don't think those work.
Well, it was a good way to find out.
There's a fleet of ships that would have found out, is what I'm saying. But I will say, just to throw it out there, on our very first episode, we saw on our arrival to the Bell a certain derelict ship that provoked a strange feeling from all of us that a tug might be able to go take a look at.
Ooh. Wait, where was that? Wasn't that just
That's in the Bell. That's in the Bell.
Oh, it was in the Bell.
Oh, the AV Club ship was on the Bell. I thought it was on the surface of the.
No, it's on the Bell. It's in the Bell.
No, it's on the Bell.
And we didn't go look. What the fuck? Oh, okay, never mind.
Hey, while you guys are out there, before you get a red dot on your forehead, are there any obvious lasers things on the hull of the ship? On the hull of the station?
Oh yeah, we did make it outside.
Not in the viewpoint that you're at right now.
Oh, okay. That was a very couched answer. Huh?
Yeah.
So I those was like, you know what? Every aggressive move we've ever made has come back in a bad way for us. I have no problem returning your tug. We are trying to help the people who are trapped inside these containers. Do you not wish us to do this?
Those, what's the word?
Assets?
Yeah,
those at-will employees.
Ouch!
Damn.
That is the property of the CloudBank synthetic production of the CloudBank Corporation. You are not authorized to be on this facility. Neither are you authorized to interact with any of CloudBank assets, much less destroy them.
Monarch
You are now in breach of theft of company assets. You are in breach of theft of company of a company vehicle and destruction of assets of company assets. Please return the vehicle to the loading dock.
Oh, okay. I didn't mean to imply that I wasn't. I just, I didn't know if you were aware of the, the suffering of the creatures inside. We felt great pity for them, and we did not mean to harm them. We wanted to help them. It did not turn out well. And she says this as she's like piling the thing back to its spot.
What I'm intuiting here too, from property being the language used and CloudBank being the fixation, is that this is not Monarch. This is another computer system. And Monarch, obviously, like if we believe the rumor, would consider these things like children, not property, and is like in an active resistance against CloudBank conceptually, right? So I don't know
Monarch
who we're talking
likes
to.
some androids, David, and does not like others.
No, I understand. But Monarch is running an Eden with children in it, right? Not property of a corporation that doesn't exist. Monarch is a deviation from CloudBank.
Yes, but
so I don't think this is Monarch.
There's a whole segment of androids that it hates that are fighting.
I understand, but you're not hearing the words I'm using right now. There's a very specific thing I'm saying.
These people in the people in the shipping containers might be political prisoners.
Okay,
so I don't think so. I'm with David on this one. I think that these are, the mindless drones that were previously in production. And what we're getting here is some kind of automated systems message.
Yes.
Now I would be unwilling to believe that Monarch doesn't know what's happening in this space right now. Monarch certainly knows, which is another curious, like, okay, there's a subroutine that's running automated here that Monarch knows about, but doesn't do anything about or doesn't care about. That's interesting. the point is if it has any degree of offensive capability, we should at least consider complying with returning the tug and skedaddling out of the loading dock area, perhaps.
So when
I'm not opening any more containers, I'll tell you that. When
Thulsa returns the ship to alights upon the deck again, the comm crackling basically winks out. And then remember how I forgot to mention this in part of the recap, but remember there was like a red siren sort of lights. Not siren. What's the word?
Alarm,
swirling lights. Yeah.
The swirling blinky things.
In various places, but they're definitely around like the cargo lift. Whenever you brought up the cargo lift, but the moment that you alight upon the deck and then sort of step out of the craft and rejoin your companions near the ruins of that one crate, the comms crackle out, and then the lights wink out as well. So everything gets really, really dark. There is a little bit of ambient light from the exterior lighting that's on parts of the deep that sort of like form like a very slight white frame around the exit to space. And then of course there's your headlamps as well. But other than that, it's basically completely dark, and of course starlight coming in from the massive gaping hole into space.
Right.
So you can reset, decide what you're going to do. Let's take our first break. In the meantime, we will be right back. All right, we are back. Bladders empty, beers full. All right, so what do? You have an empty container, and you have 5 more that things are still banging against.
Does Thulsa have any trouble coming back to the dock?
No.
Or is it?
No,
okay.
You're outside the ship
Do you
now.
like wave me in?
Okay, so we're at, as I see it, we've got a couple options, which is we ignore the containers, we open the containers, we push the containers onto the loading dock and do that plan. I suppose we could just space them and be done with it, but that doesn't seem really a good option at this point.
Yeah, I don't want to do it.
I've been voting for. I vote we ignore them and just don't open them and don't create any further hassles. But Mike, I'll be honest, Mike's point about a little chaos does sound a little bit appealing. So
I think Mike and I both have one opinion, you all have the other, and that'll be hard to split a vote on.
Yeah.
So do we want to just roll a d6 and let it decide?
Well, I have a chance cube.
So
I don't know, just to keep things flowing. It's up to you.
I mean, I haven't heard this particular avenue put forward yet, but I would also, now that the tug we think might, possibly have some security, triggers if we were to fly out. Did we talk about checking out some of these doors? There might be more information about who these people are behind any one of these. There are 3 more bulkhead doors on this level.
I would put that under ignore them for now category. And yes,
I will caveat by saying I'm okay with checking out the other doors. I am not generally okay with walking away from this area completely and leaving all these things like
kind of where I'm at. Yeah.
So I mean, we might have to have a chance cube thing here or something just to kind of sort that part out. If you want to check out the other doors, maybe we'll get other information. Maybe we'll find out that it's a manifest of like cannibal androids that all went wrong, and they're deliberately locked up for a reason, right? So, I mean,
let's check it out.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
So we're going to open door number 1, John.
Okay, so the 3 doors. Let me take a look here real quick.
Are any labeled? Those questions we will repeat.
Again. Yeah. So let me just take a look. What's behind these doors?
And I think they were all just bulkheads, right? I don't think there was another airlock.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Two look relatively similar in size, like normal bulkhead doors. One is a little bit larger, though, like large enough to sort of drive a car through, like that size, right? Not as big as the cargo lift, but nowhere near as big as the cargo lift, but much larger. But they're all made out of the same material, that sort of thing. One of them is
a container.
One of them actually, I would say, does have a pressure, so it's an actual airlock, similar to the one that you exited through. When you go up to it and check. and that's one of the smaller ones, like not the bigger one.
Okay.
Okay, so you have an airlock, normal bulkhead, large bulkhead.
All right.
I would say we should look at the non-airlock ones first, save the airlock one for last in case we want to like transition out of here.
Agree.
Okay, sorry, Matt. Which one are you looking at?
Well, of the two regular, the two non-airlock doors, I think Ted asked this question. I'll repeat it because I don't know if you heard. The larger door, is it large enough for one of these containers to fit through, or is
No, not that large.
Too small for that?
Not that large. It's too large for the auto tugcraft to fit in either. Like I said, it's about the width of like a car, like wider than necessary for a single person, but maybe like 3 or 4 people abreast could walk through.
Okay, I'm for either one of those two. Which one do you guys like?
I'm sorry, you're for either the bulkhead or the large bulkhead?
Yeah, the two non-airlock doors.
Let's do the large bulkhead and just keep moving.
The big one? Okay.
Large bulkhead.
Okay. So you open that door, take the time. Oh, by the way, that whole interaction took a turn. And then you float towards the larger one and brace yourself against that door and open it up. It opens it up. There's no signs of depressurization or anything like that, so it appears that whatever's beyond this door is also in 0G. You open it up, and it's like 2 big sliding, like it just like opens silently, revealing a very large. I think it's large, anyways. Let me check. Yup, industrial sized chamber, very very large. That has a large guidance structure and wire frame that basically covers the entire thing, like the ceilings and the wall and all that kind of stuff. Cabling that goes way, is like strung through that guidance structure, like all the way to the back, that sort of thing. And you can see that hanging from that structure, like a gantry sort of thing, in numerous places, are large car-sized. Well, are they? How big are they? Hold on a second. Let me just check. I don't want them. I have it here. Give me one moment. I think they're like smaller than car size, so motorcycle sized, we'll say.
Okay.
What are obvious drones? Oh no, I'm sorry. It says right here they're human sized. So they're human sized. They don't look like humans, but they're about the size of a human being. A drone. So I guess motorcycle actually kind of fits.
Yeah, sounds good.
So we're in a drone deployment facility or something?
Yeah, it looks something like that. Yeah, that's the first impression that you get. That's likely what it is. And
do the drones have obvious weaponry?
No, they don't. But they do have pretty scary looking grabbers, like claws.
And are they equipped for like 0G movement? Like they got thrusters and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Or
yeah, they're for the loading. Yeah.
For loading or exterior space repair, that kind of thing? Like, is there evidence of what they do, or they just have grabbers?
They have, they each have like crab-like pincers, vice grip sort of thing. And you can see that, let's see, who's here? I guess.
Does anyone have a welding torch? Sorry.
Does anyone have
robotics?
Not robotic. Well, maybe robotic.
I got mechanical repair and robotics.
So you'd be the most likely to kind of gather it from what you're kind of seeing. So you look up and you're looking at it, and you can see obvious places where tools could be inserted. There's like docking points along the drone. So it's like a universal docking ports, basically. That I said basically again, and I hate myself for it. There are a number of universal ports on each of the drones that you could insert any number of specialized tools to make the drones more specialized.
And there's obviously a place for a humanoid to sit inside this and make it work, or do these look like fairly autonomous?
They seem to be autonomous or need to be operated remotely by someone who has a controller.
Is there any evidence of the room containing controls or a control booth or a rack of
negative
radio controlled dials?
Negative.
Okay, so they're just gantries along the ceiling with a shit ton of drones.
Yeah, well, five.
Oh, 5 drones.
Mm-hmm.
5 drones. Okay.
That's 5 more than I want to have attack me. I will tell you that.
Do any of them seem to be active? Do they have like the power on LED blinking, or little angry eyes starting to form when we walk into the room?
Yeah, I don't know what the indicator would be, but you could see that they are definitely operable. Yeah.
Okay. Wear and tear. Do they look as if they've been sitting here collecting rust, grit, dirt, etc., or do they look like one or all of them have been used in recent?
You can't tell about recent. Like, it looks like they've been used. There's a couple of scuff marks on them, but nothing that indicates violence or misuse. It's in 0G, so there's no real dust collection here or anything like that, right?
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So they look very well maintained, but they're not brand new, straight off the factory floor sort of thing, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. Same way as what they're equivalent to is like the tugboat. The tugboat has the same sort of thing, very operable, but has seen use. Yeah.
You said it was an industrial-sized room.
Yeah.
So if there's only 5 drones, it seems like a pretty empty space. Is that?
Yeah, relatively.
Like
I would assume that the drones were probably spaced evenly, so maybe you don't see them all at once. But yeah.
Oh, it's not like a ton of them are missing.
No.
Is there any location in this room that's indicative of like a, not literally a workbench, but like a maintenance oriented furniture storage, attachments, things that like a mechanic would bring a drone to and work on them in this room? Does that make sense? Okay.
No.
So it's really just a vast space where drones sleep.
Yes, it appears to be the way. And drawing to David's question too, when you kind of compare the status of this drone bay compared to the loading dock, I probably should have emphasized this as well, that similar to a lot of the other places that you've seen on engineering and support versus the other levels so far, is there's very little care for human comfort or ability to operate. The one exception to that is the tug craft, which is obviously meant for humans or at least androids to operate. But otherwise there's just very, very few, like when Thulsa was asking about tools and things like that, there's just not,
Okay.
Yeah.
If we were to, not that we should, but because we're in 0G still, and we have cord and things like that, they're motorcycle sized, but we could conceivably move one into the loading bay. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I have a follow-up question. How close is the closest one, John? Can we just barely see it, or can we just reach out and touch it? How?
It's above you and out of your arm's reach. Like, you would need some sort of way to, I mean, you're in 0G, so it's not that tough. Sharp
0G,
no
so we can just
you just jump up there.
But the range is fairly close.
Yeah. I mean, why?
Okay.
Do you want to go up and see it?
I would just want to go up and look at it. So I'll push off. If it's not, again, she's not trained in 0G, so she wouldn't want to fly all the way across the room. Mm-hmm. But if there's one right up there, she would just I'm just curious. It's it's a machine. These guys, I know these guys. I'm going to push up and.
You're not in a stressful situation, so there's no risk in doing 0G shit pretty freely, unless I say otherwise. So anyone can go up there, but Thulsa, you head up there and you can investigate. It is as I said, there's nothing secret or special about the drone. It is as I described.
Okay. And there's no. This sounds stupid. I wouldn't imagine that there's no place, because she has that CloudBank ID card. Mm-hmm. There's no place to like a scanner or an insert or slot or something where she could put that. Okay.
Nope.
When we were in the control space, operations center, did we, like, thinking back now to, I'm like, oh, that's what those joysticks must have been for. Did we see anything like drone controls that we would now recognize as drone controls?
That's a good question. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
We may have found a safe way of opening those containers without being in the proximity. Also, just for what it's worth, I don't know what we would gain from it, but much like we tried to disassemble, the dead androids chassis and stuff like that. I mean, with Thulsa's skills, could you take a panel off of the, not that there's literally a head on the drone, but like an area that would be where you might find the computing center and just look around at it?
Yeah, you're kind of getting ahead of me a little bit. I want to look at this thing, John. Like, and she's got mechanical repair, she's got robotics. I want to see if I can, through examining this thing, find like its power system. Like, is it easy enough to disconnect the main power supply so I could like isolate whatever is powering this thing, and kind of, I want to get to know this thing. I want to study this. If it's lifting up its little hood or whatever to
I would say
look
like
inside.
because of your expertise, you can relatively quickly find where those controls would be. But I think just finding a power off, I think is for you no problem. You could find that easily. Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to turn the power off so the thing's deactivated, and I want to. And you tell me how long you think this would take for somebody of my skill. I want to take out its battery, like its power supply. I want to physically take it out of the thing. I want to turn the thing off, pop the hood, and like I'm stealing a car's battery, right? I want to jack this thing's battery.
Okay. I don't think it. So, if you want to do it carefully and correctly, it's just a matter of time, and it would take no roll. If you want to do it quickly, I would make you roll. What would you like to do?
No, if I don't see the other ones coming to life and putting on their red LED angry eyes as I'm starting to do this, then I will take my time, certainly, because I think having this portable power would be good. Having one that we know is disabled might also be good, that we could fix.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd like to. Okay, I'll be there in a minute.
Sure. So you do that.
Can we?
Takes a turn. And you are able to take out the power supply or whatever, the battery.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, is there, we can, because the room is lit or not lit?
It is not lit.
Yeah, so a little perimeter check. Do we turn up any exits or other details in the room?
No, not in here.
Okay.
It appears to be a dead end.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Why don't we go check out the other rooms?
Yes.
All right.
Which
Matt
one?
Stoll. How about the next bulkhead?
Okay. So as you guys exit the drone bay back out into the loading dock itself, and you make your way to the smaller bulkhead door, you notice that there is a figure wearing a vac suit that is not of the same. You guys are all wearing like the Cloud Bank ones because you took them, except for Thulsa, right? Who still has her old one?
Right. Correct.
Yes, correct.
So like a unique one, we'll say it's like, I don't know, bright orange vac suit, and it's actually kind of a cool frame because whoever's in that vac suit, can't really tell, has its back towards you. And they're standing about 10 feet back from the edge of space, like they're right at the edge of the opening into space. And they have their gloved hands on their hips, and they're just sort of staring out into space. You just see like the back of their round helmet, right? And their big oxygen tank. And they're just sort of standing there. And there is a clipped paracord, insulated, that is basically running all the way back to the main airlock door that you guys entered the loading dock from. And it's like clipped. It's clipped to like a handle or something like that back there for safety's purposes. And it's like an umbilical, and it's just standing there, sort of hands on hips, observing space. And as you kind of look over, it's beyond it into space, you can see little objects just sort of spilling out, like slowly getting smaller and smaller and smaller. They almost look like stars now, but they're just moving, right? And it's the bodies of the androids. And this person or thing is just looking out there. Remember, it's all silent, and you guys are on your own private frequency.
If I run through a series of channels, do I pick up like the sound of breathing or anything?
You do. Yeah, you hit one. Yeah.
All right.
Just calm. I would say, like, if you're quiet, Hubble, you could probably get the sense that it's probably likely male.
Right.
I'll just walk up to to next to him and put my hands on my hips too, and just kind of peer, look over, and do a head nod.
Like, what are we looking at?
The Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade
Just
thing, right?
guys roll, boys roll.
David, before you do that, can I just say you're not clipped in, man?
I know.
Okay.
17 stress, it's fine.
Yeah, you're just floating. You're standing.
Oh,
but you're
that's true. I keep forgetting I have mag boots. I don't have mag boots. Okay, so why don't I take one end of your paracord and I'll just sort of clip it on the side of my suit and walk up and do what I just said, essentially.
Okay.
All right, kind of a weird kite, but whatever. Sure, go.
David, whenever you alight next to this person, you can see that the person, the bulk of the vac suit sort of prevented you from noticing this, but they're quite short. They're a great deal shorter than you, probably just over 5 feet, 5'2" or so. And you look over and you see obliquely through their helmet that there's a very tough, like boxer's looking face, right? A guy, right? Smushed, like a nose that's been smushed, like very, very wide, beetle browed, and like a wide mouth, basically. And he does not seem to be surprised whenever you show up, right? He's just sort of slowly turns his helmet to the side and looks at you and kind of nods, like in just a greeting. Looks back out into space, and he holds up he taps his wrist and he holds up like a 2,
which is the channel I'm on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say
right. I'll let David go.
No, you should go, Ted. I'm going to sit there silently and just gaze into the abyss with him. This is bonding for us. You can do the talk.
All right. I'll say everything all right there. Over.
He turns. He looks at David, notices it's not David talking, and kind of turns around slowly in 0G again. Kind of looks over his shoulder and sees you guys, and he nods again and sort of does like a slow wave with his gloved hand. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. David, you notice that his eyes, when he's focusing on the rest of the team, he blinks like really slowly, right? As if he's having a tough time like staying awake.
Interesting.
And but he radios on the frequency, and he's, you're all wanted now.
Yeah, perfect.
What does that mean?
I figured you're probably just like the rest of us here. So I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you did something to piss Monarch off. Normally, men of lesser integrity than me shoot first and ask questions later. But now you've got a bounty on your head. Just thought I'd warn you.
Oh, great.
Well, thanks, friend. I don't imagine that Monarch runs a court of appeals and legal defense and so on.
Jokes at a time like this. I guess that's all we have left.
I wasn't actually joking. I guess I was implying that there's really no hope. Like Monarch's decided, and that's that.
Well, looks like Monarch's put out the word to anyone on the deep to take care of you. And he pats it. Now you see on the opposite side of him that you approached, David, that it was sort of dwarfed by the size of his vac suit. Actually, it's more like, I forgot to mention it, but
dwarfed by his suit, sure.
He has a like a modern day crossbow, like not an old timey crossbow, but like a mechanized, badass sort of.
Pretty useful in an environment like this.
Yeah. And he sort of he pats that.
What's the charge on the bounty?
Credits.
Wow. What's the charge on the bounty? I'll speak up.
Didn't say. But Monarch broadcast it across all systems.
I think it has something to do with them. This tragedy, and I point at the bodies. We were trying to set them free.
I don't think it matters. Anyone else here on the deep's not going to care. Troubleshooters, divers, androids.
So you're giving us a 10-second head start? And I laugh.
I saw that movie too. Listen, I've got myself in trouble too in the past. So I'm just giving you this heads up as a courtesy.
How'd you get out of trouble?
Bided my time, hold up, went back to the dream, let things settle down.
The dream?
There's too many.
Oh,
Prosperous.
Prospero Stream, yeah.
But at the deep, it lures you back, man. There's too much good shit here.
We wouldn't know.
Where's all the
To which I'll say, after spending just a small amount of time here, I almost feel like I came from here. Maybe never left. You ever get that feeling?
Tell me about it, brother.
All right, interesting. my buddy.
I love this guy, but I love that kid more. I got to go tuck her in. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I gesture over at Sharp and I say, "This guy won't stop talking about how he wants to set up home here. He wants to have a happy little married life, wife and kids, the whole nine."
Well, all the best to him then.
I'm going to marry Monarch.
There you go.
My first thing I do.
And I'll say, well, hey, it might be strange, but as a token of my gratitude, although I don't know how I access my inventory with my vac suit. I don't know what the logic there is. I have my bag of teeth. So if you'll allow me to access my bag of teeth, John, is that possible?
Sure.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, it's a little hard to justify. Yeah, because it is like a bulky. Yeah.
It's like, where would it be? Because we don't have like backpacks. I don't really understand the storage component.
Yeah, but you can't like keep your pockets full of stuff when you climb into a vac suit. It's got to be clipped to
it'd
the
have to be
outside of your
exterior. That's what I assumed, because you're basically Sigourney Weavering it inside the vac suit, right?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay,
Minor
so I'll say, yeah.
Are you wearing those little tiny panties, David, in that vac suit? Like,
listen, commando is the way. Now, whether I'm just a Barbie doll down there, you don't know, Ted. I'm an android. So, anyway, I'm going to pull out a single tooth and say, call me sentimental, but I like to be reminded of where we came from. I'm going to hand it to him and say, thanks for the warning, and see if he takes it.
He takes it and he looks at it, puts it in the pocket.
It's a kid's tooth. It's like they're all baby teeth, for what it's worth.
Even better.
Yeah. Say, friend, just out of curiosity, I mean, how does Monarch know who the hell we are? Like, what was the message? 4 randos wandering around?
I have no idea how Monarch knows everything. It's more than an artificial intelligence. It's an artificial omniscience.
Oh, that is interesting.
Don't ever make the mistake of underestimating Monarch. Always assume it's watching. Always assumes it not only knows it's your weaknesses, but it knows all your pasts. It knows every dark, dirty thing you've ever done. And it will relentlessly use that against you.
So I'm going to stare off into the void and I'll say, so I take it you're listening to Monarch, right? A bounty was a bit heavy-handed, given we were trying to free your children. Doesn't seem like you're such a good patriarch after all. And I'll turn back to him and say, well, it's been a pleasure. And I'll walk back or float back.
Even though you're moving away, like he just has to speak normally because it's over comms, right?
Yeah.
He's already getting to you. He kind of says underneath his breath.
I love it.
And, he says, glad I could do you this favor, friends. Word of the wise, as he starts to sort of make his own way back.
Yeah.
Actually, he's not going to follow you unless you want him to, unless you want to entreat him to do so.
It's more thematic if he just talks to us from the space.
He'll stand there. Yeah. He says, word of the wise, I wouldn't open up any more of those containers.
There you go.
Thank you. That is That is,
I've never wanted to open them more now.
I
Come
know.
on, guys.
now we're definitely doing it.
Monarch.
Did he mention his name at all, John?
You didn't ask.
Did we ask him? Tulsa definitely is asking. What you're very congenial. What is your name, sir? You seem like a good guy.
You can call me Orok.
Orok. I like the sound of that. It has a poetry to it.
He has a patch on his his arm on his vac suit. It says "Create and Destroy."
Okay.
That's Orok as in
let's put all those containers on the lift and set them free somewhere else in the station.
Wait. I want to ask one more thing. Orok, you have been fairly giving of information. Do you know if the exterior defense laser array is active? If we were to fly this thing again outside into space, would we be sliced into bits? You can tell us.
The lasers are there. I don't know if they're active. Wouldn't suggest flying the craft anymore, though.
Oh, the same as with the containers. Got it. Yeah, he didn't seem to like that too much.
I will
I
say
think
this.
it's more of a once you check in, you can never leave kind of thing.
Sure. I will say this out of character. If there's a laser array that's functional and we were to try to fly this thing, flying it as close to the surface of the spaceship itself would basically make our targeting us nigh impossible. It would be shooting at itself. So if we needed to navigate, we couldn't go out, but we could potentially skim.
Right. Like we could go to the testing facility, but not the bell, possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
But
that's
I do get
Orok,
the
by the
sense
way,
that
like
our bounty would continue to rise as the more of these things that we do to piss it off.
Eventually, we can just cash in Ted and clear our debt.
What do you think David's plan has been this whole time? We got to get $3 million more of bounty for the other crates, y'all.
for your notes, that's Orok, like the beast of burden. So it's AUROCH.
Yeah,
like the magic card. Got it.
Okay, and he has a crossbow. Okay,
we're about 5 minutes early, but this seems to be a good dramatic moment to take our second break. So why don't we do that, and we will pick it up in just a second. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back. Bladders empty, beers full. All right, so Orok is standing sternly, sleepily, staring out into space.
Okay.
As the androids filter out into the dark depths. For an eternity of drifting.
Well,
never dying.
We don't really know what we should do, but what we can do is there's still 2 more doors to check out, which I think is smart at this point. We should know more about this space. Don't you guys think?
Well, I thought, I don't know. We had a bounty put on our head less than 20 minutes after doing the first thing, and one merc showed up. And we do know that the mercenaries that Thulsa talked to and told Helen was upstairs know we're down here, have seen us in game time within an hour or 2, maybe, right?
Yeah.
And could immediately come down. So if we do a lot of exploration that takes minutes to hours, then we might have a multitude of guys down here.
Yeah.
But I was sort of thinking, let's not stand in this dock any longer.
Oh, sure.
Let's go open a door and not be here when they come through looking around.
So you have the airlock door, and you have a normal bulkhead door. So the airlock door has all the typical signs for warning, depressurization, all that sort of stuff. But it does lead you to believe that it would eventually lead to a human habitable environment, right? The other bulkhead door does not give you that impression at all.
Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, I get what you're saying, David, about their coming, but I think spending time standing here doing anything in this room is, you're not on that. You get your headphones off. David, I heard what you were saying. I don't think that standing here doing stuff in this room is a great idea. I think we should be out of this room because they're coming. So I would vote a little exploration. We might find some additional advantage. That's my vote.
Why don't we? I vote for going through that airlock, trying to make as much space between us and this space as possible. I toyed with the idea of like hopping back in that tug and taking off. But as I was saying to you guys during the break, like, I don't think any NPC so far has given us like obvious bad advice, right? And if this guy wished us ill, he had every opportunity to, either call in reinforcements or what have you. And so I think his advice, at least at this point, not to make Monarch more angry. Maybe he's already all the way angry. I don't know, but at least his advice right now to not make it more angry by stealing his tug, I think is reasonable, especially when there's an airlock that I think we can explore and, stealth our way through ducts or whatever to try to get out of here as fast as we can.
Sure. The only thing I would selfishly say is I have 17 stress, and if I don't get to a rest scenario within this session or the very beginning of the next, I'm boned. So
I'm with you too.
If we go into an airlock and go deeper into the dungeon, and we don't have another exit point through that airlock, all of this is the fear that we have about someone coming to the loading dock right now is compounded because now they've had more time to pursue us, and we're still trapped in there. So finding an escape route is the safest immediate choice in my mind because we know of two. One of them is, like you said, potentially very dangerous, the tug. The other is secure if we're fast or stealthy, but we could still be interrupted by other things. But you know what I mean? Like, if we go through this airlock, I don't think there's any high likelihood that it's going to lead to a way for us to call contact to the bell and get out.
Well, I mean, everything is a circle. So if we go in any one direction far enough, we're going to loop back around, right? So
here's an idea. John, does that map have anything on it to suggest what's on the other side of this airlock? Like, is it the manual comms room?
Yeah, actually, I forgot that you had that map. So it actually does indicate that it looks like there's some sort of corridor.
Yeah.
That will lead to a. I guess there's no reason why I wouldn't say it. There's it looks to be like a garbage disposal area, large industrial scale.
There's definitely going to be a ghost in the machine there. I'm telling you right now. So maybe not there. What's the small bulkhead door lead to, John?
That indicates that there is a freight android storage there.
So that sounds another dead end.
That sounds like a lot of androids in there.
So we have the lift to receiving space and the lift to reception as our options currently.
And John, the map that we have does not show another exit out of garbage disposal. It looks like a dead end.
No, there is an bulkhead door in garbage disposal.
And is it pushing our luck to see if that where that bulkhead doors leads, if that's on the map too?
Yeah, I mean, again, I regret completely handing you guys the map because it's just like I should just give you the fucking map. You know what I mean?
Well, if part could be ripped off or whatever, it doesn't have to be complete.
Yeah, there's it leads to an intersection. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so there is a path. At least it's not a dead end, and we could hide with the other space garbage.
Yeah, if we want to rest in the station, that's an option.
We can't. No, John said we cannot. Oh no, you said no safe haven in the station. Can we rest?
You can.
I don't think you get a benefit from resting.
No one's stopping you. I can tell you this from the map in general. If you're looking for a ways out of here, what you've already surmised is basically it. So there's here, right? You can just leave. There's the elevator landing back up to reception if you want to do that. That's a little bit of a journey, right? Because you have to go back through places that you've been through before. There's the hunter. The hunter is still hunting.
Exactly.
You've got. And apparently Monarch has warned everybody to that. Well, not warned, but said that there is a bounty on your head.
Yeah, I think the only way out of here, if there is a way out, is tug into space to the bell. Because the hunter and a group of Marines in the reception area is instant death. And they're fast enough to keep pace with us. So once they see us, we're not getting away. I don't want to take the tug into space for this reason, but I don't know what else we would possibly do. I mean, it really is kind of the only option.
Yeah, it does feel like that. I mean, that's a very dangerous burning bridge that we left behind us, leaving back to the only way that we know is safe to get back.
All right, caller, you want to put it to a vote?
Yep, it's time to put it to the vote. So our options are tug and make a run for the bell. The torpedoes be damned. Or now you've got 2 Marines with you. We make a run back and try and pass the hunter and head up back to reception. So reception or tug. Does that sound like the vote at this point? Because everything else is just going to prolong the inevitable.
What I would say is if we choose tug, I think we should skirt along the surface of the station until we are the shortest vector between the bell that's orbiting the bottom.
Let's do the vote first.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So reception. Anyone want reception?
I vote reception.
I vote reception too, and this is the problem with the 4-person party. So, and I'll just give my reason really quick. John was very specific, saying we don't have to make pilot checks until we're under stress. I think crossing from the station to the bell is going to be a stress situation, especially if someone starts shooting at us. So, and if we're all in the ship and we get shot by an orbital laser, that's a TPK. There's no coming back from that. At least some of us can run from the hunter thing if we have to. You know,
that's essentially mine as well. Plus, I think Matt's point about no one's giving us bad advice. Getting back in the tug sounds like trouble.
Did the other 2 people vote for the tug?
I vote tug. I vote tug.
Then I would say that the caller is the tiebreaker.
Okay.
I was on team tug, but I'm leaning towards reception now. I think you guys.
Then we're on reception.
All right, team reception.
I think
We're about to die. No, it's okay.
We've been about to die every episode, so it's nothing.
I know a really good locker that'll fit only one.
John, I'm going to very neatly hang my vac suit back up where we found it, so I'm not stealing cloud bank material.
Okay. Does anyone else?
I will put my vac suit back. Although if there is any paracord lying around in here, I would like it.
There is none.
Okay.
I'm returning my vac suit as well.
Okay. Matt, you were wearing your own. Phyllis is wearing her own. Do you continue to wear it? It is bulky. Speed checks are disadvantage.
Wearing my own, but it's going to slow us down. And she's already made the comms and the light detachable. Oh, so yeah,
you can take off the vac suit and carry it, but that would still put you at disadvantage for speed just because of the bulk of carrying it.
Yeah.
But I could drop it. I could drop it and run.
You certainly
if I'm just carrying.
Yes. Very true. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that just in case we luck out. I'll carry it. I'll be able to drop it in a moment's notice. And shit. But she'll have the light on her wrist and the comm stuff out. So
I'm gonna light up 2 cigarettes, put them both in my mouth as a milky bead of sweat goes down, and go in one inhale.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll say for dramatic effect,
cigarettes, it's pretty good.
For dramatic effect, after you hang up all your suits and you're in the depressurization chamber and you're all acclimated and everything, you see through the viewing portal back out to the loading dock. You just get a nice clear view of Orok. And it looks like he is actually sat down on the edge, and he's got one leg that's just sort of swinging out into space.
He's got it bad,
and his helmet is sort of resting on his chest as if he's sleeping.
I have an idea. I don't know if it'll work. So if I look in the controls here in this space, do I find the drone controls
in the control room? Yeah.
Does it? So yeah, that's right. I guess we were in the vacuum space there in the airlock, but if we go to
there's a short gangway. Now you guys are in the control room. Yeah.
Okay. Control room, drone controls. You said the controls were sort of human sized, which suggests they would fit through some airlock and bulkhead doors. But they're really meant for 0G usage. I
want to be clear.
Yep.
They cannot, there is no way unless you heavily modify them through a lot of time and effort to get those things to follow you through the dungeon. They will not fit through like normal human doors.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking not of following, but to drive it ahead of us and find the hunter and like ram it.
No,
or something.
They're too big for that. When I say human size, it's almost more like laterally. That
okay.
They're like not they don't have rotors, but they're more wide than they are tall. Right.
That's fine. That's fine. That answered my question, and I retract the idea, although it was a good one.
It was.
I was hoping I could ride one.
Okay, so we go for it, right?
You
guys?
don't want to do anything with the drones, though, Hubble. Just to be clear, right? You have access to it right now if you want to do something.
We could
Push
block
Rock
some
into space.
No, but we could block some doors if we wanted, just to park them in front of it to kind of slow anyone. But I don't know what doors would benefit us right now with that. But just something for the future.
Wait, I just had a quick idea, John. Would Thulsa have a sense that these drones could be autonomous? Could they be given an order? And like, what I wonder is to try to repair some of the damage that we've done. Could those drones be sent out into space? I don't know if they can fly and navigate in space to retrieve some of these lost androids and bring them back.
They are dumb, so they do require input from a controller.
Okay, just a thought. Cool.
I guess it depends on the range. Then, Matt, we could sit here and drive them.
We are about to get shot by 30 Marines. We have to run, y'all.
Okay.
We are not camping out in this control room for 5 minutes.
The premise would be if we start retrieving androids, maybe the bounty gets lifted. But I think you're probably right. We should just get.
I get it. It's a great thought. I just think the time it'll take exceeds our survivability.
So switching over to Miro, can you someone point out where you've labeled this operation center? Okay,
right there.
Yeah, so just be aware that you do have one unexplored area that is a corridor that leads off of here.
Yep.
But you're bypassing that, right? You just like get back as fast as possible, right?
Yeah, because we don't know.
There's
no indication that would connect us. Yeah.
Going back to the bell is the better option. We reduce stress and we reduce the number of people who are going to shoot at us.
Got it. Okay, so you're going to backtrack. So you exit out the room. Do you have weapons at the ready?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
What weapons are we talking about here?
I have an SMG.
I have a combat shotgun.
I have an electro harpoon gun. Ishmael sends his regards.
Right. Thulsa, do you have?
I have optimism.
Optimism. Great.
Ready and loaded.
Cool. So you go through that corridor and you enter into the break room. Now the break room has seen some action, right? So there's some blood. There a little bit of blood. It's not like the locker room. The locker room is where it really went down. But there's the remnants of steel cabling, steel wires there from the hunter is all there as well, and you've got that vent as well, which is where you found Hubble. That's where Hubble was lying. When you you've also got access. You've also got access to the toilets.
Yeah.
Well, we might be shitting our pants soon enough. Yeah. Jinx. The wires, John, are they arrayed in such a way that we can avoid touching them?
Yeah, because it's all broken. This is like the remnants from before.
Okay.
You have not been in the bathroom either. Just so you're aware. I don't know if
found an artifact in the bathroom last time.
I don't know if there's something in your map that is like indicative to you players, because I don't really pay attention to it that much, that indicates places that you have not been. But that might be a good idea if you don't already.
Yeah, I need to figure out, like, I'm using red dotted lines around rooms we presume to exist.
You could color the vector between a room and its destination red if we haven't traversed it. That'd be an easy.
That's a good idea.
All right, you want me to do that real quick? I'll do the toilet.
I got it.
But you're bypassing that, right? Still beeline, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yep.
I think beeline.
All right, cool. So you get back and you make your way to the elevator landing through that door, and it's again the mesh landing and all that kind of stuff, and very very bare bones. In the elevator, you assume you call it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Don't mind me.
Get all the way to the elevator. That's great.
We're not going to be standing right in front of the doors, John. When they open, we're going to have like standing off to one side.
Okay, cool.
And not a direct line of fire.
I'm actually going to stand at the base of the large duct that the hunter came through and just listen for any movement in there.
You don't hear anything. Now, the elevator comes, and you see. So the doors open, and you notice a few things. First of all, the interior of the lift is covered with steel wiring. Not only that.
Oh shit!
not only that, but the steel wiring is there is some sort of dark red liquid that is dripping off of that wiring, just like big gloopy things like and pooling on the floor. As you see that in the corner, in the back corner of the elevator, up near the ceiling of it, that wiring has been wrapped in a cocoon-like fashion around some sort of human-like form. And then you see that all of that wiring is quivering and shivering as something large and insectile shoots through the ceiling of the ceiling hatch of the elevator, and with a scuttling sound, like you can hear it like clambering through the elevator shaft. Like it disappears out of your sight the moment that the door is opened.
But it goes up. Yes,
it goes up through the ceiling, so up through the elevator ceiling hatch and into the elevator shaft itself, leaving.
Which is the only way we can go.
Yeah.
Do we have any concept of whether there is space on the edges of the elevator itself, or if it's kind of like a vacuum seal that would create a barrier between what's below and above the elevator?
How do we know that?
Say that again, David.
Well, I would test it just now, Mike, by sending the elevator up and like keeping the door pried open or something like that.
I didn't hear what you said though, David. Repeat.
I was going to ask if we had any concept of whether the elevator itself is flush with the walls so that what's above the elevator and below the elevator are blocked by the elevator itself.
There's got to be some room for the guide rails and cables and so on. So it's probably not flush.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to answer, but what's the goal?
I was going to see if I could send the elevator. I was going to see if I could send the elevator up, keep the elevator doors pried open, and look below for an egress.
Oh yeah, you're not sure. You could try.
I don't know, guys.
I mean,
but also remember we're at the bottom. Yeah,
but
as far as we know.
Yeah.
No, it goes down and up. We saw the kids go down, right?
No, they went up. They weren't on this floor.
We're on the bottom level, as far as we know.
Yeah, this is the lowest level.
Now it hits 2 different floors, so it can go up to hell, and it can go further up to reception.
Right.
That tugboat's sounding real good right about now, boys.
I need all of you. Actually, I should have done this whenever the androids did their thing from before.
Oh yeah.
Everyone here, I need to make a fear save, please. And because you're near David, everyone has to make it at disadvantage.
Thank you, David.
Okay, thank you, David. Mike, what do you got?
I rolled a 12 and I rolled a 16, so I actually made it.
Oh wow, good for you.
Nice.
Good.
David does.
I go ahead.
Go ahead.
I got a 36, and my objective is 88, so I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. Congratulations. My target was a 19, and with disadvantage, I rolled a 70. So
okay,
not
so
quite.
You're going to go up by 1. You're at 13 now, Delphonse.
I am at 13.
My fear save is a 44, and I roll a 38 and a 7. So I think I made it.
Wow, great.
Marines for the win, eh, Mike?
Wait, what's your target number? 34?
44.
Oh, 44. Okay, yeah.
Delphonse, you're sitting
right.
it's mostly because you're like a new PC, but you're sitting pretty. You're like pretty cool and calm and collected. The rest of them are like super fucking jittery. As you see that thing climb up, you're like, fuck that. I'm thinking this might be a good idea for the caller thing. Whenever I ask for rolls from the entire group, the caller designates who is rolling and tells.
Oh, that'll save.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. Good idea.
Cool.
All right. So I'm in favor of trying David's elevator thing. Just it might flush the monster out. It might reveal a floor below us.
Let's try it just because we're here. Why not?
Yeah. Do we want to put a round through the cocoon?
Oh,
Well,
no,
it came
because
out of the
it'll come
cocoon,
back.
right? Yeah.
No,
Actually,
that's
that's a good-
where our
Yeah.
it's a good question. Did the thing was in the elevator and ran up, or was it in that cocoon, or is that
It was
cocoon still
in
there?
the
John?
elevator and ran up and left the cocoon.
I think the cocoon
Behind.
is our buddy we talked to here. What's his face? I can't remember his name.
Oh, you think it wrapped somebody up?
Caius.
Yeah,
I assumed
Yeah.
it was like an offspring. Oh,
no,
like a
it's
spider?
Caius.
Oh,
Yeah, it's aliened a human being in there for later eating.
one more question, John, about this space. I'm assuming that all of us can't fit in that elevator without triggering the webs.
It doesn't look
Correct?
to be.
Or is there space?
There's no space that you can see now.
Okay.
How is a moving elevator still connected to the rest of the web complex?
I don't know, man. But you know what I do
think
know?
that it is, but it.
Let's try
probably
David's
can
idea.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Try David's idea.
Okay, so David, what are you doing? You're trying to hold the doors open and then doing what?
Cindy, I'm going to hit the elevator to send it up while we keep the doors pried open to see if there's a shaft going down below or any sort of space in general.
Okay, I'm going to say this. Because you have no knowledge of how this shit works, David. You posit the idea. Thulsa picks up on it and says, "It's like Thulsa. You're not sure if it has that capability, but if it doesn't have that capability, you should be able to jury rig it. Do you have jury rigging?
I do.
I do, in fact. Yes.
Okay.
I have a 10 in jury rigging.
Okay, so with Sharp's help, so let's just say this. You try it. So we're not just endlessly kind of circling around it. You try it. You open up the door, and David, you reach a hand very carefully so you don't touch a wire. You press the up button, okay? The door, you can feel the door pressure, like try to close, and you're forcing it to stay open, and you get that sort of, that thing that elevators do whenever there's like it tilts, like you tilted the pinball machine, right? So it refuses to go. Thulsa, you kind of pick up on that. You're like, okay, this is a pretty standard elevator. I think I can probably jury rig this thing to force it to go up when the door is open. It will take time, and it also you're dealing with the steel wires, so you're definitely under stress. So
yes,
here's what I'll rule. Jury rigging. Sharp will be able to lend his help to your roll to give you advantage on the roll. You can add jury rigging to your, I think it'll be an intellect check. And
intellect? Okay.
So intellect at advantage, but then I'm going to cancel the advantage because I would give you disadvantage for the steel wire. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So
just a straight roll.
Straight intellect plus jury rigging.
Okay. I've got this.
Do not critically
my
fail.
intellect is a 37 with a with a plus 10. So I'm rolling under a 47. Here we go. No problem. And I roll a 5.
Oh, fantastic. Great.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so that obviously takes time. So I'm going to do another thing here, so don't mind me. Making a total, roll just for the sake of rolling because I don't get to do it much. So you managed to fix it up very carefully, avoiding the steel wiring. David, you press the up button after Sharp and Thulsa get their hands on it. And you keep it takes both the strong guys, Hubble and Sharp, to sort of keep it open. But it does creak up like you can hear something break, something snaps, right? As it moves upwards. Okay.
You hear the screaming of dying aliens?
No. None of that, unfortunately. So as it passes the entire length of the cabin, moves out of your sight upwards, you can see that there is space below, but it is the typical space of the base of an elevator, like the terminus of an elevator. So there's like a whole bunch of, I don't know what the fuck's down there, wheels and gears and all this
garbage,
stuff.
gum, wrappers.
Now here's a proposition, because this was an ulterior idea I had, but I don't know if it'll work. Could we all fit safely in that space and rest there, knowing that no one else would be able to find us?
How would we get out again?
Yeah.
That's the problem, is the elevator would have to be up again for us to get out again. And we have to pry the doors open with a crowbar or something like that. But
I don't want to be in there.
You don't want to be in there? Okay.
It kind of freaks me out a little bit because it's also like no escape, no easy escape.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's just the only hiding place I can think of that no one would be able to find us at.
It's a really
Well,
good
it's a
idea
good
for hiding
idea.
space, but it's like the most uncomfortable place. Like there is no flat area, unfortunately. It's like all machinery. Yeah. But I like where you're. I get what you're thinking.
While you guys are though,
go ahead.
We should go loot Dixon's body because he had SMG magazines and snacks, and paracord and flashlight.
It's just one door over.
Well, that might. Yeah, that's true, but it also might.
You don't know that the thing is
call
not
that the
there.
monster.
No, the hunter's going to be back anytime.
Okay.
We got to go, y'all.
And the cocoon, John, did you describe that as like moving? Like it looks like there's something alive in there?
I said there was a humanoid form in the cocoon.
But not moving.
But it does not seem to be moving.
Not moving, and there was blood dripping from the steel wiring in the cabin.
Yeah.
It's using it as a blood bank because it's proboscis as a syringe and it feeds off of blood. So the body in there is a big old food source.
From some unknown PA system that you can't tell where the speakers are.
Fuck.
A familiar voice, the same one that you all heard in your helmet comms. Attention. Attention. All Cloud Bank Synthetic Production Facility employees and other residents of this facility. A reminder, there is a bounty on the following personages. 1 million credits for neutralizing them, or we'll just say neutralize, for neutralization of the following 4 people, and it lists off your exact names.
Oh, great.
Tugboat. I love a tugboat.
I'm definitely going to go loot Dixon's body then, because if I'm going to end up in a firefight, I need more ammunition.
All right, you better run because I'm going in the opposite direction.
Yeah,
I'm
going to run
the
into the
operations
locker room,
center.
John, and get Dixon's snacks and ammo.
Okay,
While
so
he's doing that, John, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
just in terms of timing, you can resolve Ted first. But while he's doing that, I'm going to sprint to the break room and just for due diligence, kick open the toilet store and just take a quick glance in there to make sure there isn't like a duct or anything like that. But
okay, cool. Hubble, you've never seen Dixon.
I know.
You were told. No, it's fine. But I'm just saying that you don't. You were told what happened. Like there was, and where he lies now. When you walk in, you are not prepared for the level of gore that is in that room. Yeah, make a fear check. Save.
Hey man, come on! I was on Procyon 7 during the raising. Man, I've seen guts and blood before. This is old news.
Well, you know what, Ted? That's a fair point. You're a Marine, so make it with advantage.
Okay, I'll do that. All right. So fear, you said?
Fear, yeah.
That's a 44, and I rolled a 20 and a 13.
So you made it no matter what.
Cold Delphon's Hubble.
Right.
Nice. So
you're prepared for it. It's an ugly sight as you see pieces of a human being just sort of scattered about. But take whatever you like off of Dixon, as long as it's within reason. Remember, encumbrance too, it's very lightly tracked, but it does have to be within reason. So don't just blindly metagame like I take every fucking thing I find. You have to be able to make a case for being able to fit it on your person.
Yeah.
Dixon, you want to carry a locker with us to hide in anywhere we go?
Like Thulsa, for instance, cannot carry anything because she's lugging her entire vac suit on her back right now as she's moving.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Dixon.
So guys,
I need to know what Dixon, what Hubble's taking.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I got to open the version that's the most recent one here. So he was carrying paracord. The stuff that I want is paracord, headlamp, magazines, and fundo snacks.
Okay, you can have everything except for the paracord. I want you to roll me D percentile, and if you roll doubles, the slicing and dicing cut through the paracord.
Okay. 40.
Okay, cool. Paracord's good.
Okay. So I'm taking the paracord, the headlamp, the SMG mags, and the fundo snacks.
Important. Cool. Got it.
Very important.
Matt, you were going to say?
What about your tomato soup? Sorry, go ahead.
I'm not grabbing
yes,
it. I'm sure that's sliced up.
Thulsa, while she has Sharp's ear there by the elevator, she's going to say, listen, I think that it is incredibly dangerous for us to make it all the way back. I think out is imperative. We can make a run for it on the bell, but listen, if it's just that one little thing and it comes back down, you've got the gun, he's got a lot of guns. You guys just shoot the thing if it comes. I think you could take it. I'm not going, I'm going to hide and scream.
I love
I
this.
look
I
at
think
this
you can
small,
I think you got
squirrely
this.
scientist in front of me who's completely unarmed and
Yeah.
dragging
you've
a
got this.
backseat
Come on.
around.
I was just going to say you are indeed armed
Actually-
with optimism.
I will grab Dixon's revolver, which has 5 shots still, and I'm going to give it to Thulsa.
Oh,
But this
you
thing,
got a gun.
I've got the gun. I don't like it. She'll hold it. She doesn't like it.
She immediately
It's covered in blood.
I'm
Fires a shot in your hand. Okay,
Time to cowboy up, science lady. Here you go.
let's switch over to David, who is going to use the facilities.
Okay. David's got to make a poopy.
Okay, so David, you make a break through the break room and into the toilet, into the bathroom. So here you've got this is one of the few places on engineering support which actually is made for human habitation, similar to the other rooms that you've been or that are around in this general area right here. So you've got bland corporate art, and whenever you open the door, there is actually like the low hum of insidious music coming from the PA system. You know,
Yeah.
just and
It's a music version of garbage, you know.
I'm only happy when it rains.
good call. That's awesome.
It's a doo-wop version, you know.
There are 8 closed stalls, no urinals, 8 closed stalls, and there is a mirror that appears to have been cracked from a single impact point. So there's like a radiating, across the mirror. There is a message written in blood on the mirror. And now you're seeing all this just from opening the door and giving a cursory suspicious glance. So
I'm entering. I'll enter in. Yeah.
Okay.
Gun raised.
Mirror first, I assume, because that's drawing your eye.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The mirror says in blood, and it says it almost in one word, like there's no spaces in between. Obviously very rough and gruesome looking. It says, "Who am I? Who am I?" And then underneath that, written in the same blood, it says, "Who are you?"
Yeah. I'm going to take the butt of my gun and smash the mirror as hard as I can and try to shatter it into pieces.
It does easily. Just you guys hear from across the break room, you hear a shattering glass.
Yeah. I am then going to, I'm not being delicate here. I'm going to then, nothing's behind it, right? Like last time?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
No.
I'm then going to rip the corporate art off the wall to make sure there isn't something behind it.
No, it seems pretty normal.
Then I'm going to kick every stall door open with my gun raised. Anything in any of them?
Yes. So fully half of them are smashed to pieces. Like even the porcelain itself, the fixture is like just destroyed. But in the 5th one, there's some good shit.
Okay.
3 stim packs.
I'm about to pop one of those.
But more importantly, sitting behind those stim packs, sort of behind like the flushing mechanism of the toilet, propped up, pulse rifle.
Motherfuckers!
with two mags.
Oh, baby. All right.
So now
harpoon. Go ahead.
Now there's more.
I was going to say, now you're still afraid of the spider? Come on, you can shoot the spider.
The 6th and 7th one are actually in perfect condition, plumbing intact. You can totally use it and take a dump if you want to. A little dirty, but still in working condition. And the last one, however, in the far back of the bathroom itself, is destroyed as well, like the first 4. However, where the toilet used to be, where there would be like the drain pipe that would go into the floor, that has been ripped open to be like a much larger opening in the floor, large enough for a human form to go down. And there is a very nasty smell coming from that hole.
Does my pulse rifle have a light on it, alien style, or I can look on the gear list. Let me see.
Pulse rifle.
Pulse rifle.
It just says 3d10 damage long range.
Yeah, it's not a smart gun. I think a smart rifle would probably have that, but
okay.
Yeah. So we'll call it the one from the book. So it's the F-20 Arbiter.
All right. All right. Well, I'm gonna be armed with that. I'm gonna crack my one chem light and I'm gonna drop it down that hole.
Okay. Okay, so get rid of the chem light.
Yep.
The green light goes down.
You're welcome.
Sorry, we're in a rush here. This might be our only chance of hiding.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I can't give you a distance, but it's not like it's a drop. Like you don't think that you would be able to just simply drop safely. But it goes down. Maybe after like 2 seconds or so, it hits, and you can hear it hit like something solid and relatively squishy, like a. And you can see the glow of it sort of emanating up the hole.
So there's a bunch of shit down there.
It smells like it. It smells really bad.
But
I've got the vac suit.
If I see,
your vac suit, nice.
Think about what you've encountered, what you know about from this session already.
Well, we know that there's an airlock that hooks up with the garbage disposal area that might connect with this. So we could conceivably go down the hole and come up right into the loading dock, but we would be without vac suits.
Right.
So unless there's any in the airlock space to the garbage disposal, we'd be humped.
Well, fascinating. Yeah, I mean, and because of that, I don't know that the additional info is necessary, but just for the sake of it, the light's down there. It's plumped into this. Ripples of water are cascading out. If it was just a tiny little hole, I would see the ripples hit and bounce back. If it was a large space, the ripples wouldn't return.
Well, there's no ripple. There's
sense?
no ripples, so my sound effect was probably a little bit off. It's more like it hit something solid. Right. So it didn't go into a pool or anything like that. Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't.
It just went into something soft. You know what I mean? Not to get too gruesome about it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So other than this, just scanning the ceiling for any golden eye patches, there's nothing else that I see that is like a passage, right?
No, this seems to be, there's no exit out of this room.
Okay. I'll come out real quick and relay this information.
Okay.
I'll just shout. I'll shout to Sharp and
toilets and collecting from Dixon both simultaneous took a turn.
Okay.
Don't mind me.
There is the vent where I was found, or we go back and we
believe that connects.
There's the long corridor
to that capacitor room.
We kind of know where everything leads at this point, I think. And John did say very explicitly that we know all of the exit points at this point. So if we're not going for an exit, we're going to somewhere to hide until we feel like it's safe to find an exit at this point.
On the map, it does indicate like access to other floors, right? Like receiving, of course, is going to take you up to the factory, But if you're looking to, I was more pointing out like what can get you out into space or away from the deep, right? So the elevator up to reception, which is where you're at right now, and then the air tug, the auto tug. Sorry.
Yeah, but there's the long corridor, which we don't know where that goes. There's the vent. We don't know for sure where that goes. Or there's the tug. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, so we're at time.
The elevator.
We're at time.
Yeah, what do you want to leave it here in indecision, or do you want to have like a good plan going forward?
I think we should be trotting somewhere as the credits start to run. And the music starts hyping up, and we're running with our weapons, and we don't know where we're going, and we're heading towards, and then the credits roll.
It also says you guys it's still just a little spider. I'm sure you guys could get it.
I think we go back to the loading dock, y'all.
I mean, got a pulse rifle and a combat shotgun does 40-10 damage, man.
Close range.
Right? Well,
it's
going to get close. There's no way.
I may not have seen it, but I heard it, and I would just point out that in a matter of a single round, Helen was eviscerated into cubes of meat. And you, by sheer luck alone, weren't, and did still die immediately thereafter. So an encounter with this thing that moves fast, outside of an industrial scale room where we could shoot it for a while prior, is going to end in someone losing their life within a round or two right out the gate.
We also don't know that you guys actually did any damage to it. Like
you did do any damage.
I did.
We did.
I shot it.
No, Dixon did, and I did indicate that there was pseudo milk trail. Yeah. The pseudo milk exploded from it whenever the revolver hit, and then you actually saw a little bit of its blood trail in the next session. But I did indicate in the middle of that fight, though, is that it took the hit. It did not seem to, it rocked back from the force of it, didn't stop it. It was slow it at all. Like it just kept coming.
Didn't really care, yeah.
And then it immediately eviscerated Dixon. Yeah.
And one quick thing to clarify: the thing that scuttled up above the elevator, real quick, that wasn't the hunter.
That was the hunter,
right? It was a small.
No, it was the hunter. It was the hunter.
Was the hunter.
Oh,
100% was the hunter. Yeah.
So the other thing we can do, guys, is we could try to, if we do decide to fight it, we could try and do it on our own terms. We know that interacting with the threads will cause it to come running, probably, right?
Yeah.
We could set up an ambush. We've done it before. Mm-hmm. David's point about it doing it in an industrial room. We could probably try to draw it into one of those spaces.
I think it would be safer for me to try to jump through space for the bell than fight this monster. Look, I am happy to give it a go, guys, but I'll tell you right now, I will be in the back of the order and run the minute I need to.
Well, it sounds like something that
is going to be a crowded position between you and I.
Yeah.
You guys are in a bad dilemma. You got a lot of pressure coming on you from all sides, so I think this might have to be hashed out in private Discord.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
But it's a great fun dilemma to be in, I think. At least from the seat I'm in, looking down. Good luck, guys. All right, cool, awesome, great session, guys. Lots of cool stuff happening there. Really enjoyed it. Cool. So thank you. Thank you everyone out there for watching and or listening to episode 10 of our Mothership campaign. You've been watching or listening to 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play series on the internet. If you've liked this content so far, please don't forget to do your solemn duty, which is to like and subscribe on YouTube, and make sure you hit that bell icon to get notifications every time we publish new material. If you have a few extra bucks and you haven't done so already, we could really use some support over on our Patreon. That will give you access to a bunch of secret channels on our Discord. And most importantly, though, it will give you access to our exclusive Return to Dolmenwood campaign, which is only available to paid tier subscribers on our Patreon. So do go check that out. Thank you, as always, to two very special people. David. He's special, all right. David for doing all.
Mom never said it, but thankfully you do. Actually, my mom listens to this, so Mom, you did say it all the time. I'm sorry I made that joke.
But he is special because he's a fantastic artist, and he did all of the overlay graphics for this stream, and he did all the animation and artwork, and we really do appreciate it. It looks lovely. And thank you to friend of the channel, Hank, aka Hellrude, for composing the opening score music to the Mothership campaign. So thank you, Hank. But special thanks to all of our delvers, to all of our patrons, our explorers, our delvers, and especially our conquerors. And I have the distinct pleasure this week of reading those names aloud. They are Bren Kneecleaver, Sorcerius, Cranbox, Oxian, Inhabitants Against Carbon Exploitation, Erica, the cow that keeps dripping pseudo milk.
Ew.
I don't know what veteran conqueror changed their name to that, but that's amazing. Dogleaf, Mike Butts, John Butzek, Scott Fournier, Sophia Peng, Carl Stephenson, Necrotic Gnome, Derek B, Ted is my goat, Eric Manley, Todd Jeffcoat, Tyler Hackenberg, Christo Lute, Julian, Jofo, Brutes Monkeys, Joshua Owens, The Mighty Martian, Christopher Bishop, Banana Hammock, AJ, Michael Sauer, Adam Lovelace, Desiree Marcel, Grizz Loves Games, Dustin Reedy, Benjamin, King of Jupes, Rock of Sages, Arcane Lane, MP, Todd, Hexbrawler Jake, Steve, Jeff Marino, Alan Barton, Robert Kirkland, Eric Tsunami MD, Samuel Dillon, Yesterday's Glory, Mike Small, Richard Barton, Isaac 2D10 plus 25 DTL Spencer, James Boyle, Ted the Tedding Teddy Bear, Doc Jones 73, Chris Loricella, Jackson Bates, John Hooker, Mordrew, Zachary Hall, Saps. Now it's time for the Davids. Papa Bear DM, Zach Shiflett, Mercury 605, Ruben K, Dar Jr., Procyon, Dakota Nielsen, Cam, Stephen Quisenberry, John and Law Logan, Kabrowski's Magic Meat Machine, Tom Leary, Trivlock's Ghost in the Machine, Nick, Mando MZ, Jimbo WA, Ted Gast, Eric Lawson, Grunt, Andrew Schroker, Adam and Nora, MM, Michael Schilling, Stefano DiMaiolo, Ash Gabrielle, Chongus, those badass Hexbrawler twins, Arno, Iona, Michael Walker, Mother of Romulus, Han Dandler, Summon Toast, Too Rude to Ishvan, R. Cabral, Dungeon Heart Adam, Scott Yearsley, Mech Jack, Kick Maniac, Tom Eric Garrettson, And now the Matts. Matthew Mattis, Mads, the Danish Matt, honorary Matt. I don't know if we should count honorary Matt. We'll count him.
I think it counts. It counts. You count, honorary Matt. You count.
You count.
He's a Patreon. I think it counts.
It counts. Matt Walsh, Matt Mason, Matt Koenig, and Matt Young. Thank you, as always, to all of our patrons for their continued support. We really do appreciate it. Everyone have a great week, and we will see you next time.
See you later.
John.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.